Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Myself K. Santosh. Today our topic is role of modulation techniques in the evolution of wireless communication from one generation to fifth generation. Now let's get into the topic. And the first thing is introduction. Modulation techniques plays a crucial role in the evolution of wireless communication. These techniques help in encoding and decoding information for efficient transmission. From first generation to fifth generation, modulation techniques have evolved to meet the increasing demands of users. Modulation. In the modulation, there are two types, analog and digital modulation. In that analog modulation, there are three types. Amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, phase modulation. Again, in digital modulation, there are this also contains three types. Amplitude shift keying, frequency shift keying, phase shift keying. Now let us learn about the modulation techniques in first generation. First generation systems primarily used analog modulation techniques such as frequency modulation and amplitude modulation and phase modulation. Frequency modulation was used in traditional voice communication systems, whereas in amplitude modulation allowed for long distance communication but had limitations in terms of data rates. Here you can see the waveforms of the amplitude modulation, frequency modulation and digital modulation. Now let us learn about the modulation techniques in second generation. Second generation introduced digital modulation, whereas in the first generation they are using in analog modulation. But in second generation they are using the digital modulation techniques like Gaussian minimum shift keying (GMSK). GMSK improves spectral efficiency and allowed for better data transmission. This modulation technique enabled the use of SMS and basic data services. In the figure you can see the block diagram of digital modulation techniques. Modulation techniques in third generation. Third generation systems adopted more advanced modulation techniques like wideband code division multiple axis (WCDMA). WCDMA allowed for high-speed data transmission and improved voice quality. This modulation technique supported multimedia services like video calling and mobile internet. In the figure you can see the modulation techniques in third generation. Modulation techniques in fourth generation. Fourth generation networks utilized orthogonal frequency division multiplexing (OFDM) as the primary modulation technique. OFDM divided the available spectrum into multiple subcarriers, enabling high-speed data transmission. This modulation technique provided better spectral efficiency and reduced interference. Modulation techniques in fifth generation. Fifth generation networks employ advanced modulation techniques like quadrature amplitude modulation, that is QAM. QAM allows for higher data rates and increased capacity. This modulation technique supports massive connectivity and low latency applications. Now, let us learn about the benefits of modulation techniques in wireless communication. Modulation techniques improve spectral efficiency by maximizing data transmission within a given bandwidth. These techniques enhance signal quality and minimize interference. They enable higher data rates and support a wide range of applications. Challenges in modulation techniques for fifth generation. There is need for even higher data rates, which requires more complex modulation schemes. Increasing the number of modulation states in QAM can lead to increased signal complexity and sensitivity to noise. Implementing advanced modulation techniques in fifth generation requires robust error correction, coding, and equalization techniques. Future trends in modulation techniques. Future modulation techniques for wireless communication may include higher order QAM schemes. Non-orthogonal modulation techniques like polarization shift keying (PSK) and trellis-coded modulation (TCM) may be explored. Machine learning algorithms can be employed to optimizing modulation schemes based on specific network conditions. Now let's conclude the topic. Modulation techniques have evolved significantly from first generation to fifth generation, enabling higher data rates and improved spectral efficiency. These techniques have played a vital role in meeting the increasing demands of wireless communication. Future advancements in modulation techniques will continue to drive the evolution of wireless networks. Thank you guys for watching my video. Please like and subscribe my channel and keep the bell icon on for the future updates.